Good morning, book fighters. Today is Monday, March 14th. This is the third video that I've made today, and I have just finished reading The Wrong Boy by Willie Russell. Okay, book fighters, you may know this about me already, but I am someone that is prone to hyperbole. Oh, that juice tastes like it's been squeezed from the breast of a goddess. Right. But no, seriously, when I came out of the screening of Black Swan, like a month and a half, 2 months ago now, I turned to my friend who I do practice camera action with, and I said, it's the best film I've ever seen. You know, no film is ever compared to it. And whilst I do really love it, and I think it was the best film of last year, you know. It's not the best film of all time, but in the moment, I'm so willing to say things. Which is why it's so hard for me when I've just read a book that I love as much as the one that I've just read, to kind of stay objective and realistic and not just elevate it onto a plane of unrealistic perfection that I know nothing can ever live up to. So I'm going to start with things that are factual. This is the funniest book I have ever read. There's at least one point every chapter where I am kind of crying with laughter. It's such a wonderful feeling when you're reading a book and you really, through tears of laughter, you're trying to read on to find out what happens, but you're just so taken aback that you just have to just put it down and just laugh yourself out before you continue. And do you know what? That is such a rare occurrence for me. Because books really are hard to make someone laugh. I think it's the most difficult medium to make someone laugh in because a lot of the things that you laugh at are to do with, oh, I do that and that's reflective of me, and oh, that's so natural and I do it all the time, and it's like the comedian or the film or whatever medium it is, relating to you on that level. But with books being an inherently non-visual medium, it's a lot more difficult. You have to put your own characteristics on the characters. And I think the only thing the author can do is make that as easy for you as possible. And with The Wrong Boy, I just found it so relatable, and so almost personal to me, even though it wasn't. And I just in tears laughing. So yes, I can say without danger of being hyperfluous. That's definitely not a word. Definitely not. Hyperbolic? While being hyperbolic. The other thing I can definitely say about this book is that it's very rare that happiness and laughter and sadness have been so closely intertwined. Literally, you can be laughing on one page and something really dark and sad can happen on the next, and it can just really throw you through a loop. It was a real emotional experience to read. Other than that, there really isn't anything that I can say about it other than I deeply loved it, and it's something that I'll read again, and I'm trying to I just don't want to say something that's too. Do you know what I want to say? I want to say it's up there with Looking for Alaska. That's what I want to say. That's what I'm holding myself back from saying, because it's the same type of relationship that I had with that I'm having with this. Just so warm and fuzzy inside when I think of it. So yeah, if you can get a copy, I absolutely recommend it. I fear that you would struggle. It's not on Kindle. And I don't know if it's on the American Amazon. I very much doubt it would be. I'm not sure a lot of people have heard of him. But if you can get a copy, it's wonderful. There are two questions I've got to answer from Katie. The first one is my favourite and least favourite Harry Potter characters. My favourite characters are Dumbledore, Bellatrix Lestrange, and Snape. Yeah, I'm definitely on the Snape bandwagon. I absolutely love his character. I think he's one of the most interesting characters. And how could you not love Dumbledore? Bellatrix Lestrange is a bit of an odd one. I just love how evil she is, just how much she enjoys how evil she is, and just the image that I had in my mind of her when I was reading the book. She was such a badass, and actually one of the best translations, I think, from book to screen. I think Helena Bonham Carter did a wonderful job with her. I have a hard time thinking of characters that I didn't like. I guess if I had to pick, I suppose it'd be Crabbe and Goyle. I just, from a critical point of view, I just think they're such obvious sidekick, idiot characters, kind of 2D, I suppose. But I really have a hard time picking bad characters. Your other question: what book would I recommend to everyone, regardless? I just can't. No, I'm not going to say that one because I think it's going to be really difficult for you to get hold of. I'm also not going to say Looking for Alaska because that would be the obvious thing for me to say. But what I am going to say is this book, The Long Walk by Stephen King, which is just one of the most thrilling examples of writing and storytelling. And it just shows you if you're a brilliant writer, it doesn't matter how mundane your plot might be. This plot is so simple, so I'm not gonna know, mundane is probably the wrong word, but it's so simple, just a very simple context explored to the nth degree. It will teach you things about yourself that you never knew. It's one of the most human experiences I've ever had reading a book. It just says so many profound things about winning and competition and the self and conflict and desire and authority. It's just stunning, and whenever anyone ever asks me what my favourite books are, that's always in the list. So The Long Walk by Stephen King, actually written under a pseudonym, Richard Bachman. So if you can't find it by Stephen King, you'll find it by Richard Bachman, and it's just exquisite, and I would recommend it to anyone. I have a question this week. It's a question that I asked on one of my Vlog Everyday videos on my personal channel, and it's what does your username mean? I don't think any of you replied in the comments to that one, so yeah, what do your usernames mean? Julia, this one's very difficult for you because obviously yours is just your name, but have you ever had a username that hasn't been just your name, and why? Sarah, it was wonderful to see something from you again. You just have this really great ability, like your videos are often very, very long. You have this great ability just to, I don't know, I'm just kind of hanging on every word. What you say about books is just, I just love it, and you get me excited about books. And this channel has definitely missed your insight and your videos. And I hope that you are back for good. Okay, book fellas, that is all from me this week. Gonna say I'll see you tomorrow, but I will not see you tomorrow. Lauren, I'll see you tomorrow. You will all see me next week. That was a lot of hand gestures. Oh, that juice tastes like it's been squeezed from the breast of a goddess.